So I'm back in Enniskerry Forest. Last time I was here, I got kicked out. I don't know if anyone remembers that. There is a video about it. So yeah, I was thrown out by the park rangers. Wicklow County Council threw me out. There's the pathway, there's the river. I'm going to camp in one of those flat areas behind me, one of those ones back there, because there's plenty of them. But I also would like to be much closer to the river, but I can't be. It's too there's no way to get across it because there's just too many hedges and stones and so on in the way, so there's no way to get there. Look at all the holly. It's all the holly. There was a warning. There's a new sign up on the bridge, like across the bridge to get over and get into the to get over the river to get to this side of the river. And there's a warning up saying that recent storms have washed out this side of the thing, and to be careful when you're going on the trail. It said like hikers and walkers and so on take your own precautions. And I'll show it. I'm not going back up that ridge now. That's the ridge I came down. I'm not going, but I'll do it tomorrow and I'll show what I mean. I had to navigate these series of fallen down trees. It was like octopus tentacles, giant tentacles everywhere, and I had to go through it. I was like, oh my god, I'm going to break my ankle here, but I didn't. I made it out. Yeah, I like this area here. It's nice and flat. There was obviously fires here before in that brown spot there. It's a long time ago. Yeah, last time I was here I was kicked out, and the time before that was in 2018 when I was camping here with Stephen and Killian, two of my friends, and we actually pitched right here, I think, somewhere here. I can hear people, but it'll be dark in 2 hours. I left it late, purposely left it late, because I'll be set up in no time. I know from this forest there's firewood everywhere. It'd be no effort. Like, I can cut them down and stuff. I can cut that down. Lots of firewood, lots of downed trees and stuff. So I know I'll be set up in no time. That's why I left it late. I don't know exactly where to pitch. I want to find the flattest possible spot, but I'd also like to be closer to the river. Just like I said, it's not going to happen. There's too many. Everything is. I need a really flat areas that are too far away from the river, and I'd love to be right next to it, or as close to it as possible. But it looks like this is it for me. It's going to be here. Yeah. I'll check back in soon. Yeah, that worked, sort of. There it is. There's still people around, but they'll be gone soon. Yeah, check back in. Tent, stakes. So that's it. Home for tonight. I'll just tighten it out now. Tighten it all out, but that's always want to make sure you get that thing as straight as possible. It isn't straight. I'm gonna have to move it over. The whole tent will move over by about a foot. So that's it. So that's it basically. It's about as centered as it can be. That ridge line is fairly straight. Might have to tighten it out a little bit later. And I might take out the steel pegs because they're not great. I might take them out and actually just put in my own wooden ones, which are always better. They always grip the soil much better. The soil here is almost like sand, which is very, very soft. I have to go in there now and clean out this area as well before putting my camping net on. These are all getting used for the fire. Got a ton of them already over here. Put all that bramble, all that there, and these ones here. This never looks good on my camera when I'm filming it, but when I put it on the PC at home, it looks so much better. So that's it. I use some wooden things to prop out the air vents at the top. I always have a gap down the bottom. And that's how you don't get condensation. You might get a draft if it's windy, but I think it's better to have a draft when you're wrapped up than to have water vapor in your tent. It's horrible. I really don't like it. So yeah, it's going to set up now. That's it in there. Will I do the magic trick? Why not? So no magic trick just yet, but I want to say I got a bit of a gear bomb going on over here. As you can see, my bag here. But look at the area here. See this here? I didn't realize in the bottom of my bag I have my 8x10 tarp. It's a new one I got. It's one of the real old thick plastic ones. I got it in Aldi or Lidl, I can't remember, and it was only like €8 or €9 or something. Yeah, I could use it in here, you know, that's the bottom here, without having to use my actual ground sheets down here. I could do that. But anyway, this is where like I'm going to be sitting under here tonight, and you can see that I'm going to hang the torches from there. They'll look cool, I think. The torches hanging from there. It's like a natural little archway, yeah. It's like a natural archway, and that's like a bench. If I propped something underneath this, they could sit on that. I think it's sturdy enough. Let me see. I'll try sitting on there and absolutely kill myself. Watch. Oh. You could, if you wanted to. Pop something under there. Put off the end of the branch, you can stick that on the use as a bench. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah. And if I wanted to, I could take that other tarp and put it between them in case it rains. It's not supposed to rain, but it could. I could put it between here and here, and here and here. It would be lopsided. It would be facing down that way. But I think it still might look cool. I might do it if I have time. I only have about an hour and a half left of daylight, so. But because the firewood is everywhere, I'm not worried. It'll take me 15 minutes to get all the wood I need. So I won't even have to do much sawing because it's just everywhere, which is what I like about these kind of forests. Anyway, I'll try to do the camping trick. So wait, done. Yeah, all ready to go. And, everything lofting, getting ready. Be dark in. Let me see. What time is it? It is 17 minutes past 8. Or 8 minutes past 17. It's 10 past 5. So, yeah, it will be dark in 1 hour. And I'm hungry, so I'm going to eat something. I'm really hungry. I'm also going to set up probably just a little tarp, not the big tarp. I'll set up the little tarp over there, so I have something to sit under in case it does rain. I'll be sitting like there for most of the evening. The night time. I don't know how long of a fire I'll have. Maybe. Yeah, I'm just not sure. My hat on because I'm getting cold. Flip out the screen. You can see me. Yeah, you can see me. There's some beardage going on. So yeah, I'll be sleeping right there. Or sleeping here, sitting right there for most of it. And looking forward to it. It's a nice spot. Very nice spot. And the river's just down there. Like straight down this pathway is the river, which I think I showed earlier. move towards us down where those kind of rocks are down there. You can see it. I don't have a zoom. My zoom is gone, but it's down there. I'll walk down there later and show it before it gets dark, just so you can see it, because it's pretty nice. Yeah, it's a nice area. It's a nice flat area, and the river's close by. Not that I need it. I brought like 2 liters of water, as you can see. 2 liters of water there. So I'm good to go. It's only one night because it's Sunday, but I'm off work tomorrow. I have no work tomorrow on Monday, so I thought last minute go out and go camping because I didn't want to waste the holiday day. So I'll check back in when it's food time. I'm just sitting here having something to eat. Noodles are the meal of choice today. Ready-made noodles that I made at home. They're cold, but anyway. Still tasty. Very good. I was gonna make a cup of tea, but I forgot to bring my my kettle. So, good old-fashioned water. And my camping cup, the one I usually use, I left it in work, so I don't have it. So I'm using this other one. This one I bought years ago. It's made like metal or something. Yeah, some sort of metal. They're pretty good. I got 2 of them for like £5 or something on a camping store thing. So that's pretty nice. I just never use them. I've had them for over a year. I also have like a cooking set. You know, the kettle that I have that you've seen before belongs to a set with 2 pots and a pan, and I've never used them. Just never used them. Never had to. I just never did. I've said before, so much of outdoor camping videos on YouTube and you know bushcraft and so on. It's turned into the outdoor cooking channel. I think it's so boring. And people are just like, 15 minutes of a video is this guy making a steak. It's like, yeah. I thought this is any better. This is boring as well. Problem is, when you have a late start, and I always have a late start, you can't really film the stuff you want to do because it's not bright enough, you know. That's why in the summer, I want to go for 2 days, 3 days. So I wake up early in the morning, it's bright out. It's going to be bright for whatever 16 hours longer, you know, longer, and then I can do stuff I want to do, like bushcrafty stuff, you know. But I won't be here, not the likes of this place. I want to go somewhere very, very remote, probably like Sleebloom Mountains or something. That's in Offaly, like in the Irish Midlands. That'd be really cool. I'm gonna try that this summer. Well, I'll let you know what's happening. Nothing's happening right now. We'll break down all that brambly stuff in a minute after I've eaten. I'll set up a little small tarp, and it'll probably be dark actually by the time I actually go collecting firewood. So I might film that with the headlamp and the torches and stuff. It won't be the best light in the world, but it'll be okay. I just realised there's something very, very alien hanging in the tree over there. It's red. I don't know what it is. I'm going to check that out. I don't know what it is. Looks weird. I'm sitting on a rock right now and it hurts. It was fine when I first sat down, but now it's hurting me. Damn it. When you're hungry, everything tastes amazing. Alright, that's bothering me now. I have to go see what that is. Cover this up so I don't come back and it's got insects all over it. Let's go see what the heck that is. I didn't notice it earlier. Can you see it? It's up in that tree, right. So it's where those vines are hanging down. See it now? What is that? Oh, it's a balloon. It's one of those kids' party balloon things. And it's probably not there very long. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. I wish I had my zoom, but yeah. That's one of those kids' party balloon thingies, I believe. Yeah, it is one of those silver baggy ones. That's very strange. I've seen that before. Hanging in the tree up there. Pretty cool. Anyway, back to the old tent. And I will check in when there's something to actually film. It'll be a short video. Mostly what I just want to be out here. It's a nice night. There's a frost and ice warning for tomorrow. The potential frost and ice warning. And if that happens, that's the rock I'm sitting on. Yeah, and if that happens, then I kind of like it, you know. I like waking up in the morning with the frost and the ice, and then you can really test out your snug camping gear stuff, you know. Yeah, so that's the plan. Hopefully it does get frost and icy tomorrow. I like waking up and looking at it everywhere, all the frost and ice all over the grass and so on. It looks really nice, and there's a lot of grass out here actually, so it will be it would show, you know. You definitely notice it. Obviously you notice it better on a certain height of grass, all the ice and frost or whatever, but it may not happen. They're just saying it's a potential warning. It might not happen, but it will be a cold night, and there's winds are getting up to 27-28 km, so that means the fire is going to burn amazingly well. Looking forward to that. But yeah, well, check back in a few. Bye. What I want to do is I'm going to prop this beam up here. See, it's down, this one. That's down. I'm going to prop that up like that, so it goes up, and it will be level with that one there. So I can then pitch the tarp between. I can sit here, and the fire can be there. But I can't find, this is from the recent storms. I told you about the storms we had. And it was all warnings. This whole tree came down. It's gigantic. It's just falling over. But it also means there's so much wood there to be processed, because it's just going to die. Eventually the park ranger will come in and, you know, process all that, or you get rid of it. They'll chop it with a chainsaw and drag it out, put it on a truck, and then after that I don't know what happens to it. This forest is slowly declining. I used to camp here when I was a kid. First time I came here I was 14, well, teenager, I was 14. I camped here. It used to be so much bigger. You go over that ridge there and the forest went on for about twice what it is now. 3 times what it is now. So yeah, I miss it. I miss it. Used to be way more places to go, but not anymore. What I'm going to do is I can't find a stick good enough, so I'm going to cut these, because this is down as well. This tree is down. I'm going to cut this off, cut that off, and probably use the big one here, the main one here, as a prop to lift that other branch up, to lift his old brother up, or his other limb or whatever, and then pitch the tarp. So there it is there. I cut the 2 of them off too. I'm going to use them as firewood. I left this little Y shape on top here, so I can catch the pole and prop it up. See if I can't do that now actually. I'm very low on the race camera. Oops. Jerky. Yeah, right about there, I think. That should prop it nicely. Hopefully this works out. I might have to trim some off this thing, maybe. Did I get that on camera? I did, sort of. Yeah, so it's nicely wedged in there, and it's brought this beam here, this one here, this one, level with this one sort of, so that the tarp can go between it. I just have to clear this stuff off here, and it should work out nicely, I'm hoping. Yeah. Let's see if it does. Twine. So that's it. It's not as tight as I wanted to. It's not, because obviously the trees don't line up. This side's pretty good actually. That came right down the side there. You can see the back isn't great. And, yeah, and it's because the trees are not completely in line. I could probably prop this up more if I wanted to, but now that it's all tied in, I don't want to, because it could split the ropes. I mean, the twine's not very strong. It holds I think it's 20 kilos, something like that, before it breaks. And it's not that windy, as you can see. But I'll be under here, and if it does rain, I can actually pull this back as well if I want. And if it does rain, I have a little thing at the back there. If it does rain, I'll be under here, but it's not supposed to rain, and I don't think it will. That's where I'm going to be. The seat is going to be there, and the fire is going to be here. So yeah. Anyway, it's me for the night. Pretty big open space, actually. Yeah, it's going to be dark in about half an hour. So I should check back in when it's fire time. Starting off with the little ones as usual. This will be processed into it as well. Got rid of most of it already. And then start my little humble down here. Got my bramble to start off with. There's more over there. And now I'm going to cut some big logs. I'll do about another amount of that again in the little logs, and I'll start the big ones. Should be a good 3-hour fire, I think. Ooh, cool. Lighting is very bad. I don't know if you can see that. I split down some sticks. Some I didn't, I just left them. A lot of bramble there, and the smaller sticks always help to start it off, and then when it burns down after about halfway through, I use more of them again to bring it back up. It always helps. And the chair, if you can see it, and the light over here. If you turn on that light, see it helps. I also made a bit of a fireplace. You can see that fire circle. So yeah, so it's looking good. So you got a long shot of camp. I might make this when I light the fire right there. When I do light it, I might actually make this my profile picture maybe. When the fire right here, if you can see my finger, the fire right here be lighting, that'll bring a hell of a lot more light. It's not full dark yet, it's only, what time is it? Sundown was, it's 25 to 7, so it's not late, not yet. But yeah, I heard something over there that sounded like a scrambler, not sure. Freaks me out, hearing strange noises that you wouldn't normally hear. Yeah, so the only way in is that way, by the way. I mean, you can't see, sorry, the light is so bad. I don't have a floodlight with me, but right behind me here is the only way in. That's why I'm actually facing that way. Over there is the river, and it's, you know, Even the likes of there's deer and badgers and foxes as well in this forest, but mostly it's deer. There's a lot of deer roaming around this forest, and that's what you'll hear most of all. They can be terrifying sometimes because they don't make a sound and then they gallop, and all you hear is you hear this galloping sound on the ground, and it's, you don't know where it's coming from. You just turn around and all you can see is darkness everywhere, and you're like, where's that coming from, what direction? You just can't tell. I always have my knife and my axe. I'm like, oh god, please don't get antlers into the belly and so on, but you just don't know where it's coming from. It's scary. I never get used to it. It's happened to me a few times. Happened to me once. I'm pretty sure I said this on the video the next morning. I was in Russelltown Wood in Blessington Lakes. It's the largest forest there, and it was late in the night. It was probably midnight. I was, fairly tipsy at the time. The fire was dying down, so I got down on my hands and knees, and I was blowing into the fire. I was blowing into the fire, trying to start going again. And let me turn this around so you can see me. Can you see me? Yeah, I was blowing into the fire to try and get it going again. So I'm down on my knees, like basically my ear is right next to the coals, but the coals were not hot yet. I was trying to get it back working, and then I just heard the gallop. Of. It turned out to be a deer, but I didn't know it, and I just panicked. Like basically, I was drunk and I was down on my knees and I was listening to the ground, so it made the gallop sound even louder. And basically, I fell into the fire. I kind of pushed myself sideways. My shoulder and my head went into the fire, but I was wearing a hat, so nothing happened. I rolled in and jumped up. What the hell? And then I saw its antlers in the distance. It was actually running away from me, but I thought it was running towards me. That scared the hell out of me because I just didn't know it was somewhere behind me, and I was like, and I fell into it, and I was all disorientated and stuff. But yeah, I've heard it a few times, and I just never get used to it. That's the sound of them. It genuinely sounds like they're running right towards you, and they're not. They're running away from you. But it takes you a while to notice that the sound is actually going that way and not towards you. First of all you hear is the gallop, and whoa, it's scary. And there's a lot of books around here, a lot of young books around here, like. And they're very, very inquisitive. They're way more so. Most of the times when you see them, they're not a fully grown deer yet. They're the smaller ones. They're the ones that roam around like, hey, what's this over here? Is that pasta I smell? So yeah, they're the ones. So I'm hoping I don't see any around here. This is a very wide open space. I don't see any signs of them being here. There's no poop. There's no rubbing when they rub up against the trees. There's none of that. So. Hopefully they don't come to this end. I'm actually at the very, very near end of the forest. The car park is only here. Like the car park is literally about, I would say, maybe 100 meters away, but it's across the river. So it feels like you're way more remote, So yeah, hopefully there's no deer around this area. I'm gonna wait for about an hour and have a drink. Wait for about an hour. Text friends and people, and light the fire. It's 20 to 7 now, so probably around about 8 o'clock, and then I reckon it's going to be about a 2 hour, maybe 2.5 hour. I actually feel wrecked. I just want to go to bed. I'm really tired. I went on a trip yesterday, which won't be going on YouTube because I didn't film enough. I filmed for about 2 minutes, but it was in Glendalough. Glendalough is really nice. I went out there for a day trip, so I'm really tired today. But there's no way, I would never come out here and not have a fire for at least an hour or so, So I am going to have enough here to do me probably a 2 hour fire. I'll do that and then I'm going to bed. It's going to be early, and hopefully get up early enough tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday. There should be nobody around, and I could film a bit more of where we are. Especially I want to film my way out on the ridgeline on the way out and show you where all these trees are down from the storm. It's horrible. Last time I was here, I got kicked out. I never actually made it to the spot. But in 2018, me and my two friends camped in this exact same spot, and we came across that ridgeline. It was no problem. We were here in no time. But it took me quite a while to get down here today because there's just so many down trees. The storm wrecked it. This side of the river is perfectly fine, but when you're coming across the bridge, there's a warning sign up telling people to beware because it washed out this whole area. So, yeah, and you can see the evidence of. You saw that tree that was downed earlier, and there's another one up on the ridgeline which is very dodgy because it's at a part in the. You're up on a ridge. If you fall, it's 100 feet to the floor. You're brown bread if that happens. So, yeah, I'll show it on the way out tomorrow. But yeah, I think it'll be an early night and an early rise. Yeah. So anyway, I shall sign back in when there is fire going. When all this becomes firewood. What am I? Okay.
trying to get myself in here without blinding everybody with the... Okay, I'll go sideways. Yeah, sideways is better. So basically I just made a blunder. I made a big mistake. I just realised that I don't have a receptacle. I usually use a tuna can, like a metal tuna can, to put some alcohol stove, you know, the methylated spirits. I put that in, that's what starts the fire. And I don't have it. I forgot it, which is a first ever. So I don't have it, and I'm going to have to improvise. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take one of those logs over there, one of the big, thick ones, and I'm going to bore a hole into it. I'm going to use my knife here, my trusty dagger over here. Oh, I'm going to use this, Mora kniv. So Swedish people say knife, kniv. So I'm going to use my kniv here to bore a hole. It's going to take about an hour to bore a hole into a log, and hopefully when I pour the spirits into it, it doesn't dissipate, you know, absorb into the wood. Hopefully it holds it. If that doesn't work, I'm going to have to make feather sticks. My feather sticks are going to take another hour. So forget this going to bed early stuff, that's not going to happen. Dang God, diggy dong, diggy dang. This is a blunder. Whoops. So hopefully this works out. My trusty, I got my steel, my iron. I got my iron now. So hopefully this works out. Yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna take, and I hope I don't like stab myself in the hand or something, you know, because it's always a possibility. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. If not, I can make feather sticks and go with that. The thing to do is to just make feather sticks first of all. That would be the smart thing to do. But I want to see if this works, you know. I want to see if, because I've never seen it before. I'm going to bore a hole into the wood. I'm going to pour in the liquid. Hopefully the wood is dry, and, you know, I'm going to use one of the ones that came from this tree that just downed during the storm last week. So that should be fairly still alive and tough, and I don't know how good trees are at absorbing liquid. I don't know anything about that stuff. But that's what I'm going to try to do and see if it actually works. So I'm also not going to film it because I might film the end of it maybe, if it works out. Basically, if you see me doing this in the next scene or whatever, that means it's actually working. If you don't, then it didn't work. And then I'll be making feather sticks instead, because they always work. And the wood is dry, which is a blessing. If this happened in rainy conditions, I'd be screwed. I'd be Scrooged. But hopefully, this goes to plan. Chin chin. Oh, that's a strong ale blue. That's a strong blue, lad. Yeah, here's hoping this works. See you soon. Come on, fire. Yeah, I'm gonna use one of those big logs right there. Whoops. Yep, I'm gonna use one of them to actually try to fashion a receptacle. Oh, wish me luck. I don't know if you can see this. I'm covered in wood shavings here. Can you see that? Wood shavings. I'm covered in wood shavings. This is the piece of wood I'm using. I'm boring the hole in here. Right now it's about 1/2 inch deep. Not very wide. The smell of the wood shavings is amazing. I love it, you know, fresh pine. Smells so good. So I'm boring this out here, like so. And hopefully it will hold enough of the alcohol to give me a flame. Like right now, if that was full, that would hold a flame for about a minute, which is alright. I mean, normally when I use the can or whatever, the tuna can or whatever, sometimes I've used the bottom of a can of Coke or something like that. It would burn for about 8 minutes, but you don't need it. I mean, it only takes 2 minutes and then all the bramble catches and up it goes. So hopefully, and I can do this over and over again. I don't need to constantly, as well as that, when this starts to burn, it will, charcoal, yeah, it'll turn black, and then it won't burn down too much. I'm trying, it's this fairly thin piece of wood here. I split it and I don't want to go through into the other side. So that's as deep as I'm going to go, and I'm just going to make it bigger now. I'm going to make it wider, about twice that width, twice that length, and hopefully that works out well. You see that? I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, okay, you can. Because the thing is, every time I look up, the headlamp moves, and I can't actually see and yeah, I have to keep looking down for the light to be on it. So, bit of a conundrum. I'm covered in wood shavings. I don't know if you can see that. I'm covered in wood shavings. There, people. Oh, can you see that right there? Yeah, covered in them, and they smell amazing. It's kind of a scent that you'd want to take home with you. So yeah, I'm borrowing this out, and it's working. I just keep turning around because I'm right-handed, so I keep going, twisting from right to left, as in like lefty loosey kind of thing with a screwdriver. And it's working. I'm definitely forming a pit over here, but I want to be careful because I don't want to go right through the other side. So that's as far as I'm going to go deep-wise, I think, which is about 1/2 inch. You see that? Yeah, it's about 1/2 inch, and now I just want to double that size, basically. I want to start another one here, which will eventually break into the other one. Hopefully that works out. I've never seen this before, never done it before. It was a kind of a brainstorm idea. And this is amazing wood, by the way. It's got so much resin, you can't see it, but it's actually wet with resin. So it's gonna burn amazingly well. So yeah, hopefully this works. So watch the space, and I shall let you know. There it is. I can't go any deeper because if I do, I'll bust out the other side. I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically what you're doing is your knife is constantly in the center as you bore around. You're twisting that bore around, so it's gone right to. Let me look at it. That's to there. So that's how deep it is. Already, so it's about 1 inch deep now, and around the side. So there should be enough of a cavity to hold what I need to do. And the good thing is I can try it over and over again, unless it just dissipates immediately. I don't know. I've never done this before, so I'm curious to see how it works out. The liquid might just absorb into this. I don't know. It shouldn't. I don't think, because you see droplets fall on wood like this, and they stay on the surface. But I don't know what happens. The surface is kind of glazed. It feels like glassier. And once I've cut into it and all these wood shavings and so on, it's like it's like it feels way more. What's the word? Like absorbent. Like it might just it might just become emaciated and disappear out of nowhere. So I don't know. I'm curious to try it. If it doesn't work, I can make feather sticks anyway. So, but yeah, I've cleared out a good enough gap. I would say that's probably about 35 milliliters. That would hold. Which should be enough. That should give me a good 2-minute flame. We should get this bramble going. So let's see if it works. Here's hoping. Now we're gonna try it. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Yeah, let's do it live. I'm covered in wood shavings. Oh, so hard to get out of those seats. They're so tough. Right, so there's the fireplace. Right there. The camera around. And that's our fireplace. I'll turn on both lights now. I'm going to check again. Ooh, my battery's going to die. I'm going to have to replace my battery. I'll be right back. Alright. Rock and roll. I'm going to try it. You see the hole in the center there? Somewhere. So I'm going to try fill it. First of all, I'm going to burn it out. And hopefully, and then like extinguish the flame. And hope that nothing seeps out. So yeah, here we go. Test number 1. Liquid nitrogen. I broke all this bramble up to hopefully it's soft enough to actually ignite, but we'll see. We shall see. Here we go. Alright. First ever. You hold? Oh, you do hold. Oh, ha, ha. Yep, it ain't disappearing. Let's see. Woohoo! That's looking good. Oh shit, I need a brace. No. Will we be lucky? Feel the heat off that already. Oh. Wow. Come on, baby, lift.
It's not amazing. Will give the right amount of because what happens is, like, as this is burning, it dries out the flame, or dries out the wood, sorry, and then hopefully then the flame will take afterwards. Let's see. The smoke. Yeah, it's forming a hole. Anyway. Come on, baby. Do it. No, it's not gonna take. Not the first time, anyway. Second round, maybe. Oh, thought that would work. Might be feather sticks. Anyway, we'll see. Feather sticks not the worst thing in the world. It could be okay. That was nice. It actually sparked at the right time. That was cinematic. Yeah, so that fire is it's pretty good. I'm happy with it. Good morning. I'm cold. It's really cold. It's windy. There's a lot of wind coming through every now and again. This mat has a slow painter in it. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. It's going flat eventually. So I'm gonna have to buy another one. Yeah. Anyway, here we are in Casa de Big Mess. And yeah, looks like it's a nice enough day out there in terms of sunshine and, you know, not raining and so on. But it's cold. Anyway, I'll check back in when we're walking up the ridge. My hands are filthy. So here we are at Casa del What a Mess. It's a nice day actually. It's nice and sunny. Sky is blue up there, but it's very cold. It's cold and windy. It's windy. The wind keeps breezing through because I'm, you know, between two hills basically, so it's like a wind trap. Anyway, I'm gonna go up that ridge up there. I'm gonna go that away, up the ridge and over, and I'll show you all the down trees. There's actually loads of them. All these down trees. That's what's left of the EL campsite. Yeah, I gotta pack up now, which I won't film because it's boring. I promised myself on my last trip that the one thing I always bring extra stuff that I don't need. Like, I always bring a first aid kit and stuff, and I've only ever needed it once. Mostly you don't need it, like. So, yeah. But I promised myself that I'm always going to bring extra water, because it's just the best thing in the world. Bottle of water is your best friend. I have about 25 quarter of it left.
25%, quarter of it left. So, yep, and it's just your best friend when you're out here, which is cool. My second battery is going to die soon. I filmed a lot of stuff that won't go into the video because it's just nonsense. Filming the fire for ages and all that stuff, it's just boring. But yeah, it's a nice morning. It is 11:30 in the morning, so I slept in pretty late. I didn't go to bed early like I thought I would. I think I went to bed at about 1 o'clock. It's cool. What time is it now? It's 11:42. So yeah, 11:42. And I'm gonna go home. I want to get down into the town. When I get down into the town down there in about half an hour, I'm gonna get a big breakfast roll. I did actually bring breakfast. I brought a sandwich for breakfast, but I want a chicken roll, so I'm gonna get a chicken roll. Cool. Anyway, I'll see you when we're on that ridge. I'll show you some of the disaster pieces that fell down, like that down tree over there. There's just so many fallen trees from the storm. It's about 2 weeks ago, a big storm. So yeah, good morning. This is all coming down right now. Going up this ridge here, across that way there. I don't know how much I'll get to film because my battery's gonna die. But see if I can film some of it. And hopefully don't trip and fall down by a river. This is one of the down trees I was talking about right across the pathway. There's a few of them. See all them? That's usually a clear path. But there's lots of trees just fell down. So this isn't the worst of it by any means. When I get up ahead here, as I get higher across the ridge, there's way more. Duck! Oh, back stuck. It's another down tree that didn't come all the way down. Oh, I'm tired. I'm getting too old for this stuff. Oh, look, a stream. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, the big challenge is coming up now. I'm going to preserve my battery and just show you the the tentacles that I have to try and navigate through. This is probably the worst of it here. It's this one and those. I'm trying to get through them. It's going to be a lot harder now than it was yesterday when I was full of pep. Basically, it's Break Leg City. Keep in mind, I'm carrying a bag on my back that weighs about 25 kilos. So, bang. Maybe 28 kilos actually. Yeah, try and get through there. So, these all just came down in the storm. Look at them. Yep, nice. Anyway, I'll try to get over to the other side there, if I can. Walkway, we just came across. Last hurdle. See the pine, the cones up here. This is the bridge as well. Let me show you the sign on the bridge that says everything is washed out, which it is. Really nice in the daytime, this. So yeah, basically it's going to stop people from walking across here. As in, like, don't camp where I just camped. Because a lot of down trees, and just because they're down doesn't mean more are not going to fall. I think I filmed this pond before. I haven't seen this pond this full yet. The last one I was going here, there were frogs everywhere, including tadpoles over there where they lay their eggs and stuff. It's a pretty big pond actually. It's nice. It looks so refreshing, like you could lie down and cool off or whatever. Pretty warm for the 26th of February, I have to say. Global warming is real. So yeah, it's a big pond, goes all the way back. It's pretty cool. I like it.
I'd love to own some land, have a pond like this on it. It'd be amazing. Anyway, homeward bound.